One, two, three. One, two, three. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A very quick introduction. My name is Khắc Hưng, and this is my partner, biện.
And of course, today we will talk about integrity.
But first, I would like to share a story. You might heard of this guy before in school, in discussion. His name is Nguyễn Khắc Hưng, a Vietnamese soldier during the American War. So he is your typical Vietnamese soldier. A patriot to the country and a diligent fighter. But what perhaps sets him apart from different soldiers is his display of legacy throughout his whole duty. You see, it's very easy to declare your love for the country when your life are not in danger while it's during peacetime. But however, Nguyễn Khắc did so show his loyalty to the country even moments before his death. You see, he was captured by the American forces to extract information. However, he refused to comply throughout the whole period. In the end, they decided to execute him, but a few moments before he died, he shouted "Long live Ho Chi Minh" 3 times, and once more after he has fallen. Of course, asking any of you here to do the same thing would be ridiculous, but we cannot deny that integrity is such an important virtue.
Nguyễn Văn Choi and many other motivating characters in our past have given us a better view of different aspects of integrity. Their actions really showed how older generations defined integrity, how they showed it and influenced to other people. I would say that this story is very fascinating, but then I start wondering, what about our generation? Do we still define integrity as similar to our grandparents' ideas? Or is the world too complicated that we think of it as in hundreds of aspects?
I would say that our definition of integrity have changed in the past due to the rapid development of technology as well as social changes. Integrity nowadays is less about patriotism to the country and your love and commitment, but rather about a person's reputation, their behavior, and their overall moral standard.
To make this clear, let's narrow it down and make a simpler example: integrity in academic environments. We would like to share some of our stories about our integrity that we hold dearly during the time we study and grow in Wellspring.
So let's start with mine. Coincidentally, my story in integrity is somehow related to TEDwis 3 years ago. The topic back then was discovery, and I make a speech about the human journey of endless discovery. But 3 years looking back, I will add a point that if you want to have an endless discovery, you also have to have an open mind. And this is my chosen value for my integrity. Let's take a case of America. In America, we are exposed with vast amount of information. There are incredibly credible mediums such as CNN, ABC, etc. But however, America is also the country with a lot of hoax, conspiracy, and fake news. Why is that? I would say that it is in part because of the lack of open-mindedness in the American people. For those who are not familiar with American politics, the country is divided into 2 main parties, the Democrat and the Republican. And the issue of division is so severe that a person from one party will physically and mentally refuse to listen to the person from the other party. This lack of reaching across the aisle leads people to be shut off, to not be open-minded and open to changes. Me, myself, have my take in exposing to politics. And I know it's very difficult to listen to others even though they completely disagree with your idea. But if you are trying hard enough, it could change your life. And this takes a vast commitment. That's why we need integrity. It's not just saying that you will listen to others. It's actually pay attention to them, even though that no one is there to see you. That you need to be open-minded, to open change, to read the information, even though it may disagree with your pre-existing belief. And to sum it up, that is my total integrity, to always be open to change and be open-minded.
And about me, one of the life lessons that I have learned from my family is to take responsibility. Being responsible seems to be a simple and necessary action simple action. But many people, when they grow up, they seem to forget to use this quality. Some think that taking responsibility is equal to the fact that they are bringing more burdens to themselves. Some agree that it's ridiculous to admit mistakes that we want to avoid. And others might say that nobody really cares about an individual's action. So really, what is the point in taking responsibility? Well, however, my mother told an 8-year-old me that taking responsibility is an action of lifting a burden in our own conscience and respecting others as well as yourself. With this in mind, I aim to take responsibility in little things until I got into wellspring. But then I realized that the older I get, the bigger the things that I have to take care of, to be responsible for. And it really challenges my integrity. I remember that there was one time me and my friends joined an event called Book Review. We spent so much time and effort in the project and only waited for the day to present. But before that day, one of my members, who would take the role to present, said that she could not make it. The sudden news made me and my other teammate got taken aback, and we could not know what to do. So we asked some of our friends for advices, and some said that, oh, you should be absent on that day, or the event is not that important. At that time, my nervousness also got to me when thinking of the idea that I have to talk in front of hundreds of people at school. And so I started to think their ideas were right. But then, I suddenly felt some voices inside me told me that it was wrong to do so. The sudden guilt that already formed inside me if I chose to ditch that presentation day. So then I turned to my other teammate, who doesn't like the idea of presenting as well, and said this to her. Listen, I know it's going to be really hard and nerve-wracking out there, but we have to finish what we started. Our team and the teachers have counted on our project so much that we got into the final round. We really owe it to them, and we really owe it to ourselves. And I promise you, once everything is all done, we are going to rock the stage. And so we turned to our homeroom teacher and planned a way to deal with the situation. And after hours of practicing and preparing, we finally finished our project. And for those who are anticipating about the ending of this story, I am proudly to say that we got the first prize. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we got the first prize. It sounds like a happy ending from a fairy tale story, but it's true. And for those who are wondering, we did rock the stage because we could not believe that we won. And from that on, our project continued to gain more first prizes in different events, sincerely, thanks to my stubborn integrity. Right now, standing in front of all of you all, I still could not dare to imagine what would it be like if I chose to ditch that presentation day. Not only would I lose my teacher's trust and group's dedication, but I would also go against my values and could never forgive myself.
So from the two story, we will hope that you will see that integrity is very special for every one of us, because they reflect our reputation, the person we are, and basically what value do we hold the most. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.